Do you ever consider what frame you are perceiving reality through? Because the frame that you're looking through determines your experience of the world. Your frame is the window, and it's also the doorway through which you experience what you perceive to be real. So we're living in a world right now where there's a lot of different realities happening simultaneously. There's a lot of people looking through really different frames, really different lenses of perception. And each person is seeing a different facet of the world. When I need a reality check as to what reality I want to be living in, I look out this window right here. I moved to Vancouver Island up into the Comox Valley in September 2019. And following my guidance, following my intuition, I landed in this super sweet old beach cottage right on the shore of the Salish Sea here on Vancouver Island. And I got here just before 2020 and everything that's happened since then. I spent a lot of time looking out this window because there weren't a lot of other places that I could go or people's faces that I could see. So this was my reflection. So I want to share some of the reflections that have been coming over these past couple of years today around frames of reality. Yeah. And so how I perceive the world today, and it's February 14th, 2023, is very different than how I was perceiving the world. Let's say go back to February 2020, February 2019. So I invite you to pause and reflect on how much your perception has changed in the past 3 years. And you may not have even noticed. And what I want you to consider is how much your perception is going to change in the next 3 years coming ahead. Yeah? So when I pop ahead, I like to travel back and forth in time. Our consciousness can project through time, through space, into different realities, into different dimensions. We're not stuck looking through a 3D frame of reference that's about the size of a cell phone flat screen. No, we have the capacity to project our consciousness, to travel in our imaginations and minds to all kinds of different realms and worlds. I spent most of my life traveling around because the little frame of reality, when I was a kid, it was like those old TVs, and I was looking through this little thing and I went, there's way more to life and the world than this little tiny frame. Yeah. And it was like when I got to school, they put the blinkers on and you have to close out all of the other beautiful, amazing, magical things you feel when you're a kid. You get the blinkers on. And the more you're in school, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until maybe you're looking out through like a frame of reference that's like this. So what's happening right now in terms of energetics, in terms of metaphysics, to give you a bigger, broader frame of reference, is we're busting out of this little tiny hole, like pinhole of a version of reality we've been looking through. And it's expanding. So just think of like a lens expanding and expanding. And so you got like a super wide angle lens. It's so wide it goes out into the peripheral. It's a whole 360-degree surround light and sound holographic universe. That is the level of our perception. Yeah, that's our capacity for perceiving. So we've been stuck in this little thing. So frequencies are coming in, just like these gorgeous, gorgeous light frequencies pouring through. What does that mean? It's coming in, it's interacting with your DNA, which is codes, which is information in your package that you arrived in here, this gorgeous angelic human body. And it's turning on latent capacities, and it's clearing out distortions that have shut down our ability to perceive a much larger, incredible, beautiful realities, many facets. Yeah. So frequencies are coming in. They're clearing out the junk and the distortions. And when I work with people, it looks like all kinds of crud and crap stuck in places where there shouldn't be crud and crap, in our energetics, in our etherics, in our light bodies, in our plasma bodies. We got a lot of bodies. We're multidimensional beings. We're not taught that. These teachings are available, and they're coming more and more available every single day. There's lots of cool information out there. So come back. So we're cleaning out the crud in our like receptor sites. We got receptor sites like in multiple layers of our bodies for receiving higher frequencies, for receiving higher consciousness. And when they're all gunked up, we can't perceive a larger reality. We're stuck back in that little tiny lens of perception, that really small little frame of reference. We're big, we are so big, and it's really painful to try and squeeze your bigness into this, to try and squish your mind and your perception and try to focus into this tiny little box. It feels like you're in prison. Yeah. We're busting out. We're busting out of that kind of way of perceiving reality. Okay. A little bit crazy. High frequencies come in, clear out the gunk. Whoa. We got some open receptor sites. So guess what? Higher consciousness can come in and interface, and we can start to have a conversation. Our perception can start to expand. Okay, a little bit disorienting when we're used to this little way of perceiving things. Whoa, all of a sudden we can see all this. Whoa, what is this? Oh my God, what the heck is going on? Okay. It's pretty wacky. It's pretty fun. Okay, so let's come back to how can we stabilize ourselves as we're going through this expansion of perception, clearing out the old programming, clearing out distortions, distorted programming that we have been living with on this planet for a long time. Earth is going through a massive upshift, massive, right? Earth is doing fine. Don't worry about Earth. Earth is stellar. Earth is, don't even have words for this planet and what this planet can host. And here we are. We get to have we have a template, a structure that's exactly the same as the planet. So we're going through everything the planet's going through. Okay. So we're not separate. That's another part of this like little frame. It makes us look like we're separate from all these other little separatenesses. No, those kind of like all those frames are like dissolving, and we're remembering our interconnectedness, that we are living in a state of interbeingness, right? So let's just do a little practice here, okay? So just a little recap. We've been distorted. We've been living in a little tiny box, a little tiny frame of reference. Gorgeous, incredible light frequencies are pouring through. They're coming up through the earth because the earth is going through a massive transition, transfiguration, transformation, great awakening. Yeah. So we'll just say yes. Just say yes to higher frequencies. That's pretty much all you have to do. It's like, yep, I give my consent to have these come through to clean out all the old crud, the old gunk, the old programming from the old world. Yeah, we lived through the old world. There was a lot of distortions. It was very dark. It was very dense. And we're coming out of that time. We're emerging very rapidly, right? Waking up, coming out, cleaning out all the crap and the crud, all that gunk. It's like a dark tar substance that, you know, held us in that little box, that little tiny frame of reference. Okay. So just feel like that. It's like you're getting a shower, a bubble wash, a bubble rinse that's coming up through every layer of your being. So there are a lot of layers of you, of your multidimensional bodies that were stuck together. So you could not actually access higher consciousness, higher frequencies could not come in. And so therefore your perception of reality was very limited. Okay. So we're doing the clean out here. Let the light come through all those structures. It doesn't always feel good because what's hidden inside of there is a lot of old stories, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, places where we had to numb down because we've just gone through, let's say, a hugely traumatic cycle as a human species, and the misuses and abuses of this beautiful planet, that's coming to an end. Earth abides within universal law and universal principles, law of one, natural law, and we humans are catching back up to that. And if you want to be collaborating directly with the Earth right now, well, you just got to say yes to all these changes that are coming, yeah, as uncomfortable as they may be. And, you know, if you're stuck, or say you haven't used a set of muscles for a long time, say you've had like a cast on a broken leg or a broken arm, and those muscles atrophy, and you have to go through rehab or rehabilitation to bring aliveness and energy back into your limbs. This is what's happening to us on many levels. Again, our multidimensional anatomy, it's happening through our minds. Yeah, our minds are getting a big cleanup. Yeah, a lot of emotions getting cleaned out. Okay, just keep that light, liquid light coming through. It's just washing through. We're not re-traumatizing. We're actually releasing bonds and forms of bondage that we have lived in as a human race for many thousands of years. Okay, so I'm doing a lot of things with my hands here. So that's speaking the language of the energetics here. So we're opening, lights flowing through. Whew. A lot of negative programming's getting released. A lot of painful feelings, painful states. We're breaking inorganic bonds that have kept us locked in a phase-locked kind of torture chamber for a long time in our minds. Those are releasing. Okay. Our frame of reference is expanding. Our lenses of perception are opening. You know, I like to think of perception like dragonflies. Dragonflies are so magical. You know, who doesn't love seeing dragonflies, right? Did you know they actually have 1,000 lenses? 1,000 lenses. So when I try to explain what multidimensional perception is, I call it dragonfly vision. Just think of being able to see 1,000 through 1,000 lenses at the same time, and still being able to fly and navigate as elegantly and beautiful and precisely as a dragonfly does. So I'm bringing the dragonfly wisdom that already exists as a biological form here on this planet to help and assist us, and it's helped me in my work. Yeah, it's been an ally working with me for a long time to be able to see many realities simultaneously and not be stuck in any of them. And this is the magic of being a fully realized, embodied, angelic human being that's coming back online, that we're reclaiming this incredible inheritance of our genetic structure, of our multidimensional structure. This is something to really celebrate. It happens to be Valentine's Day. I like to call today Heart Emancipation Day. The emancipation of our human hearts, which have this extraordinary capacity to feel so much. Just imagine how much your heart is perceiving all of the time. Like we always consider we only see through our eyes, we only see light spectra. Our heart feels all of the subtle resonances of life, the sound frequencies, oscillations, vibrations, energy. We just sense so much all the time we've been pretty unconscious of. So when you open up frames of reference, we're opening up the ability of the heart to really, really feel the incredible phenomena that we're immersed in here. Yeah. All right. So let's just finish off this video here with acknowledging your frames of reference, your frames of perception, how you're perceiving reality is going through a massive expansion. It's a little bit disorienting, but you're good. You are so, so good. And go outside. Go outside, get some sunlight. Go out in nature, even if you're in a city and it's a park or a little garden. Go where there's some trees. Look at the sky. If you can get near water, lakes, rivers, streams. If you don't live near water, get in the bathtub. And I'll just keep sharing videos and pictures of this gorgeous scenery as I feel there's new frequencies coming in every single day, all day long. It's quite spectacular. So I'll leave you with this image to contemplate, and I'll be back with more videos really soon. Thank you for listening.